Grand Rising. Let's let the sound of this next bell take us to the deepest place within us. Let's stand for our first song, which is...
Stand.
Stand!
Okay, this is the first time we've done this. Just a little intro before you start singing. It'll be pretty obvious what happens. And then partway in the middle, two people are going to come out front, and it's a call and response song. So one's going to lead one side of the congregation on the call, and the other side in response. You'll be able to follow it. People often talk about wanting to change the world, but always seem to leave it up to someone else to do. Now is the time we can take. That's how we change the world. Let's change the world. Where there is peace, I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. I am peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be lights. I am a stand. Sing whatever you want. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Sing it loud. Sing it proud. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. One time. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand next song is Reverend Elizabeth's favorite song. I'd step into the flow and then I let it go. I open my mind, my heart and my soul. I step into the flow and then I let it go. I open my mind, my heart and my soul. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. Then my mind, my heart, and my soul. I step into the flow and then I let it go. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I step into the flow and then I let it go. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. Let's go! Step into the flow and then I let it go. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I step into the flow and then I let it go. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I step into the flow and then I let it go. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. 1, 2, 3, 4. I step into the flow and then I let it go. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. Step into the flow and then I let it go. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. Step into the flow and then I let it go. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. Step into the flow and then I let it go. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I open my mind, my heart, and my
Woo! All right, while you're on your feet, please turn to one another and offer the namaste greeting. Yeah, exactly. Woo, catching my breath. Namaste, musicians, you're amazing. Namaste to our tech team, Jesus and Delon. Thank you, we love you. Namaste to our love streamers, blessings. I'm so glad you're here with us today. All right. Awesome. Wow. Yeah, spirit aerobics. Better than coffee, I'm telling you. I mean, you guys are now ready to receive, and so am I. So here we go. Please also take a moment to silence your cell phones or whatever devices you have that are noisemakers. And grand rising, beloveds. My name is Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and I am the spiritual leader here, and it is my joy to welcome you to the Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. We have been waiting for you. We have an affirmation for today, and I invite you to please repeat after me. I embrace imperfection.
I embrace imperfection.
I am perfectly imperfect.
I am perfectly imperfect.
Spirit wouldn't change one thing about me.
Spirit wouldn't change one thing about me.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Woohoo! All right, so I'll go ahead and begin with the reading since you're back there. So let's see. Actually, I want to share with you that this morning you see us wearing these leis and you see the little grass skirt. Well, Travis and I and many of us attended our first Gourmets for God event. I missed the very first one with Lori and Carol Ann. But this was my first one to attend, and it was called Lay Back and Hang Loose. And so we had some leftover leis and some grass skirts that we're just playing with today. And it brought us so much joy. You know, we were having a great time. I mean, look at these glasses. We were putting on glasses and taking pictures, and these particular glasses, people were like, whoa, oh, she's going to get a photo. There's our minister. Hello. Hello. Nice. All right, and now we have our practitioner for today, Anna Rempel, who is going to offer the Science of Mind reading and opening prayer. Thank you, Anna.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm all powered up now. Kristen is holding the high watch for us, which means that she is sitting in prayer and meditation, holding us in during the whole service. And we have, we are a community that really experiences and knows the power of prayer. And so we offer 4 ways to get the benefit of prayer. We have a prayer box at the back table with a salmon-colored slip that you can fill out and put your prayer request in. And there are, how many of us are there? 12. Okay, so there's 12 ministers and practitioners on the soul support team who will spend the week praying on what you have asked for. Then another way is to email to info@awakeningways.org and email your prayer request and put in the prayer request, put it in the email, and then it'll get out to the whole team. Then there's also an opportunity if you really want to dive a little deeper into something in your life and would like to spend some one-on-one time with a practitioner or somebody from the soul support team. Our names are in the bulletin, and you can call and make an appointment with one of us. And also today, after the service, I'm available at the back of the room in the lobby for a short little prayer if something's up for you right now. So, in preparing for being the practitioner, we select something from Ernest Holmes' writing. And so I had picked something out, typed it all up, had it ready, and then this morning I opened up the 365 Science of Mind, and ta-da! Ta-da, today's reading. So, I love when that happens. So yesterday that was good, but today this is it. So, there is a perfection at the center of all things, which, recognized, will spring into being. We must learn to identify ourselves with this perfection, to so accept it that it is real to us, and to so live it that it may be expressed through us. Every organ, action, and function of our physical body is rooted in the spiritual perfection from which it draws life. If this were not true, we could not be here. No matter how imperfect or painful or discordant the appearance may be, there is still an underlying perfection, an inner wholeness, a complete and perfect life, which is God. So I invite you to close your eyes. So knowing that this perfect life, that is God, is within each and every one of us, is within each and every living being on this planet, is within each and every molecule, atom, and subatomic particle, everything, and the space and the energy in between. This life is everywhere, made manifest throughout all. And we are it. We are an expression of this divine, loving, joyful, powerful, creative life. So I know that this living divine presence moving through Reverend Elizabeth today will be the opportunity for us to hear the perfect message. I know that we each receive exactly what we need. I know that the musicians, divinely inspired, express the divine through the music, uplifting us, filling us with joy. And I know that each and every one of us has an open mind, an open heart, and we are blessed to be here together, celebrating and enjoying each other's company. I am so grateful for all the good that is in our lives. There is only good. We just look for it. We experience it and we say yes to it. I release my word into the law, knowing this is so, right here, right now, always. And together we say,
and so it is.
Some folks are always happy, others are always sad. Some folks are always friendly, others mostly mad. Everyone's connected, though they're not the same. 'Cause every life has meaning. Every life has meaning. Every life has meaning. Meaning is love. Steve. Folks trust in spirit, others struggling now. Some folks hoard possession, some others do without. Everyone's connected by God's mind design, because every life has meaning. Every life, every life has meaning. Every life has meaning. Every life has meaning. Every life has meaning. Sing along. Every life has meaning. Every life has meaning. Every life has meaning. And the meaning is yeah, yeah, yeah,
Woo! Wow. Let's give them a whole lot of love. Woo! Yes, all right. Beautiful. My name is Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and I'm the spiritual leader here. I use she, her gender pronouns, and the land upon which we gather is the unceded territory of the Chumash and Salinan people. Let's take a deep breath together. And another one. And one more. And now we are here together, connected by the breath. And I invite you to join me in taking a moment to consider something for which you are grateful in this moment. Think of something you're grateful for. Maybe it's the musicians, this community, the sunshine, coffee, whatever it is. Think of something you're grateful for and feel that appreciation wash over you and illuminate every single cell in your body with that gratitude. It's a great day to be alive, isn't it? We're all here together, and it's a wonderful day. I'm so grateful that you're all here today. It is a beautiful day to continue this month of July with our Seed of Awakening, which is the gifts of imperfection. The gifts of imperfection. How many of you experienced some imperfection over this last week? Right? Just a little bit, yeah? Same here. How many experienced some imperfection this morning? Me. Yeah, right? And so things are happening, and it's all about us stepping into the flow and letting go of our need to have things a certain particular way, so much so that we're rigid and it makes us angry or discontented when it's not. To rather notice that this something is slightly imperfect and it's okay because we're still going with the flow. And by the way, we're learning as we go, aren't we? We're constantly learning. And so what was once an imperfection has been perfected, and then there's another thing that comes up, yes? And it's like, oh, okay. And so we just step into that flow, let it go, open our minds, our hearts. Oh, wow, thank you. Exactly. So interestingly, the topic for today is leaning into imperfection. And we talked about last week, we talked about the fact that, or maybe perfection isn't the goal, right? Maybe we're not striving to be perfect because we'll keep being in that state of striving. So what we're called to do is actually be in the moment and be ourselves and allow imperfections to be like a portal for us into infinite possibility, which is totally awesome, if you ask me. And so, so leaning into those imperfections and leaning into, things that we may not like so much about ourselves, which helps us lean into the things that we may not like so much about others. And have you noticed there are people everywhere? Thank you. There are people everywhere, and so as we get comfortable with these imperfections about ourselves, we can begin to get comfortable about the imperfections in others and remember to stay in our own lane and to lean into the God of our understanding and allow the light to shine from us, because that's what we really want. We really want to shine our light, don't we? We want to experience Spirit in all that we think and say and do and allow this great, mighty, magnificent presence to shine through us. And maybe, just maybe, that shining, that divine spark that we're allowing to come through us, maybe that will touch someone and spark it in them, yes? And then we'll be like dancing in the light together. Oh, that could be a song. Do you get that, Jimmy? Where are you? Something about dancing in the light. So today, interestingly, what came up for me was shame and this idea of shame. Because if you've been reading the book of the month, The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown, you have come across her talking about shame. And it's so interesting, this thing, shame, because it's like a silent thing, and if we're not aware of it, it could be happening and preventing us from being all that we came here to be. It could be preventing us from shining our light and believing in who we are. It could be preventing us from the healing that we so desperately seek. It could be preventing us from connecting so beautifully to the divine, yes? Have you ever experienced shame? And then been able to identify it and like, oh, that's what was happening. That's what was happening. And so this topic of shame has come up, and it is the uncomfortable sensation that we feel in the pit of our stomach when it seems that we have no safe haven from the judging gaze of others. So we feel small, and then we feel bad about ourselves, and we wish we could vanish. Anyone relate to that? Right? Wishing we could vanish, Now, shame actually fosters fear, negative self-talk, and pressure to be perfect. Right? And so we pretend that other people make us feel shame. Oh, you're shaming me. Oh, wait a minute. Why are you talking that way? Now I feel ashamed. However, in this teaching, we have discovered that nobody can make us feel anything. And the reason that we're feeling maybe shame is because it already lives within us. And so it's up to us to look at it and go, what is that about? And heal it, because as we give our focused, conscious, intentional energy to it, it dissolves. Have you noticed that? Just like when you're in a meditation and your nose itches or your cheek itches, this has happened to me a lot, right? And I learned a long time ago from Adyashanti, one of my teachers, that you're supposed to just bring all of your attention to that itch and it will dissolve. And it's so true. But we are like so ingrained to just scratch it, right? I got an itch. I got to scratch it. But what if you just brought all of your attention to it and let it dissolve? It has no power over you anymore, yes? Are you with me? Yeah. And so Brene Brown describes shame as the intensely painful feeling or experience of believing that we are flawed and therefore unworthy of love and belonging, something we've experienced, done, or failed to do makes us unworthy of connection. Wow. I just had an epiphany. I've been having this experience probably all week this week. On a small level, because there's a thing about timing for me and bandwidth. And so I'm having the experience because, I have a day job and then I have ministry, which is, so both are like full-time jobs, and they don't get all of the attention, right? And so there's a little bit of shame happening. But I just now realized that that's what it was, because what happens is, oh, I wish I could XYZ. Oh, I wish I could have XYZ, And so, wow, something we've experienced, done, or failed to do makes us unworthy of connection. Now, it's not like I'm consciously saying, oh, I didn't get to do that, therefore I am unworthy. It's not happening that way. It doesn't happen that way, you guys. It happens like, oh, why didn't I say this or do that or be there for that or whatever? And then there it is, yes? But we dissolve it by looking at it, right? And so I am in agreement with Brene Brown in that shame is not helpful or productive. Absolutely not. And so the opposite of shame is pride, and I will add that it is healthy pride and self-esteem and self-respect, self-approval or praise. Like, what happened to I raise you and I praise you in the name of love, Because when you raise and praise anything in the name of love, what are you also doing? Raising and praising yourself. Yes? It's the way it works. So the opposite of shame, I'm going to read that again, is pride, self-esteem, self-respect, self-approval, and praise. Now, how does shame cause us to feel unworthy? Well, Brene Brown shares that shame is powerful, and there's a few ways that it does so, and one is through self-criticism. We start to criticize ourselves. When we feel ashamed, we become overly critical and about ourselves and our actions, and trying to focus on perfection, and then we end up focusing on our mistakes and our flaws and what we didn't do, and then so much so that we'll convince ourselves that we're not enough. Yes? So we go through that, and then there's that negative self-talk, and of course you start that negative self-talk and the law of attraction kicks in. So shame can lead to negative self-talk, where we berate ourselves for our perceived shortcomings. Blah, right? I know. We might tell ourselves that we're worthless or unlovable, and we reinforce these feelings of unworthiness until we find ourselves in this deep pit of shame. And then we're in a deep pit of shame, and we don't want to leave our houses, right? We're in a deep pit of shame, and then we want to stay in bed. We isolate, withdraw from others. And we may feel that we don't even deserve to be around other people, or they'll judge us for our perceived failures and flaws, which are so evident and clear to us, right? Oh, I don't know anything about shame. Yeah, I've experienced it, right? And then fear or rejection. So shame can also lead to fear of rejection, right? Where we avoid putting ourselves in situations because we have a fear that we will be rejected. So why even try? Why even bother? Right? Sad, yes? So shame itself can be a deeply painful emotion that can cause us to feel unworthy, and then that disconnects us from others. But I know that what we long for is connection with others. We long to be in that divine connection. We long to have a connection here on Sunday mornings. That's why we come here. That's why we view on the love stream, don't we? So it's important to recognize when we're feeling shame and work on developing that self-compassion and self-acceptance so that we can be all that we came here to be. Yes? So there's an anonymous quote that says, "When you know your worth, no one can make you feel worthless." And so if you're here today and you're not sure what your worth is, I'm here to tell you that you were born onto this planet during this time, and you're here, whatever age you are worthy just because you were born. Just because you were born. You matter, your consciousness makes a difference, and if no one has told you yet, it's the truth. You matter. You're worthy. And remember, you're worthy in any situation that you find yourself in. And for those of you that know your worth, imagine that maybe you've been selling yourself a little short. You're worthy of far more than that. Why did the, what's that Wayne's World? We're not worthy, we're not worthy. That just popped into my head for someone. You are worthy. You are worthy. We are worthy. Yes? Oh my gosh, the only thing that stands between us knowing our worthiness and recognizing our light is a thing of thought. That's what we really want to get clear on. It's just a thought. It's just a thought that's standing in our way, and we have the power. You are powerful beings. We all have the power to dissolve that thought, but we've got to recognize what it is. Right? We've got to recognize what that is and then recognize that it's not the truth of who you are, that this too shall pass, and it will pass because everything is passing like clouds in the sky. All of it is passing by. That song we heard, it's already history, right? These songs that we've heard this morning, it's done. Passing, everything is passing, yes? And we're going to be all right. We're going to be thriving, in fact. Even if you're down and having a difficult time or a difficult experience in your life, this too shall pass. And remember, if you're at the high side of awesome, at the top of your game, living the dream, this too shall pass. Enjoy it, right? Be in the moment. Be in this moment and live it up. Let yourself experience the love and the joy and whatever it is you're experiencing to the greatest degree possible. Because we remember that this is it. This is not a dress rehearsal, right? There's not another show. This is it. What? This is not a dress rehearsal. Okay, thank you. Do you want to come up here? Okay. Yes, you got it. So, Ernest Holmes writes that what stands between us and our good is a thing of thought. And thoughts that stand in the way of us living out loud are that we doubt our worth. And that sense of unworthiness, which is our shame, keeps us from living authentically. It keeps us separate from others and separate from our highest self. So shame, when we experience shame, we're actually experiencing being cut off from the divine because we put a fence around ourselves, right? And when we think about it, you got to stop and think about it. Do I really want to cut myself off from the divine? No, you don't. You want to experience the sunlight of the Spirit shining upon you in that great glory of life that we're living right now. This is it, right? Yes, she agrees. Exploring shame and talking about it, though, can help us reclaim our power. So the interesting thing about shame, while shame is a universal experience, we don't talk about it. And guess what? When we don't talk about shame, it keeps us hiding those parts of ourself or our story, and we hide and we feel fearful and then we're like, oh no, I can't do anything. I don't want people, they're going to find out who I really am. And then it's all over, right? When you find out what I don't want you to know about me, that's it. Oh, I don't want that, Wow. Right? Have you ever felt that way? So I remember going into practitioner studies and then going into ministerial school, and a lot of us had the same experience of who are we? Who do we think we are to be doing this, right? I'm nobody. I'm a fraud. There was that, right? But then we realize, oh, that's shame that is saying, the egoic shame, the part of myself that needs to be healed. Who am I not to be doing this, right? Who are you not to be shining your light? Who are you not to be doing and living the dream and doing and being all that you came here to do and be? Who are you not to do that? Why not? Why not? I can see all of the contemplation happening here. Yeah, I feel it, you guys. So being up here, you feel the energy, right? And there was just like a big burst. Bless you, my child. There was a big burst of energy that was a moment of everyone recognizing, who am I not to be that thing, whatever that thing is, not to be or do or have it, yeah? It's so good. And so we can hide in fear of others discovering who we really are, but there comes a moment when we actually discover who we really are, which is not any of what we thought we were to begin with, right? And it's like, wow, this is amazing, and we can shed that skin of the past and of what was and shine and be who we came here to be with all of our glory and love victoriously. Yes? Yeah. And so whatever we need to learn about shame and what's triggering that within us will help us move through any thoughts of unworthiness that we have as we remember that, yes, we are worthy. I am worthy. It is my divine birthright to experience all of the good that I came here to experience. Maybe I don't know how good it is, and I'm open and willing and available to experience that good today. Are you with me? Yeah. I mean, I'm done thinking that I can't or I won't, or it may happen for her but not me, or him but not you. Whatever, like that is so not true. I say yes to all of the blessings. I'm open and available to experience it all. And I lean into whatever I think is imperfect and know and remember that there is nothing lacking with spirit. There's nothing lacking. There was nothing lacking within God when it created us. And there was nothing lacking when we arrived on this planet, right? You don't remember your arrival, but maybe you do, on a deep soulful level, right? Deep within you. But there was a day many years ago when you arrived here. Yeah? Go back to that moment. Like, you're a newborn into this world. Oh, here I am on planet Earth. Look what I can do. Somebody feed me. I'm hungry. Right? We didn't have any shame. And so shame is something learned, and we can unlearn it and allow ourselves to experience the life that is ours for the living. And so Brene Brown observed that because true belonging only happens when we present our authentic, imperfect selves to the world, our sense of belonging can never be greater than our level of self-acceptance. And as I was preparing this talk and have really been contemplating and in prayer around it, I was thinking about, as a minister, a lot of ministers get caught up in trying to be everything for everyone. But I can't be everything for everyone because there's a conflict of interest, right? And that's within me. I can't be everything for everyone, but what I can do is be my authentic and true highest self in every moment. And if you're inspired by that, good on you. Tell your friends, right? Because that's what we're doing here. We're up to something. We're up to something, right? And as I continue to step into the flow and get into greater alignment, because it's happening all the time, we're always getting tuned in like a musical instrument, It's like we're always tuning in because everything is always changing around us, And with a musical instrument, you have to tune in, and there's environmental factors. There's the room and the atmosphere that you're in. And so as beings of light and love, we're always tuning in and getting finer tuned in our connection with the divine. And it's beautiful. And then that moment when you hit, like, you're totally tuned in. I was just thinking about Travis, my husband, has the little tuner thing that sits on, and I think it turns green or something, and he knows you're on the note. Like, that's it. like us, right? We know when we're in it. We know when we're aligned and in that perfect flow. And so it's so beautiful because we can continue to be in that divine flow and tune ourselves in. How do we tune ourselves into it? Well, prayer, meditation, daily readings, singing, being in a group together, right? This is more than just musicians and choir. It's more than the What Else Is Possible band singing on Sundays. They're a group of people who are like a belonging circle. They get together, they have community together, they know each other, they know what's going on in each other's lives. They're knowing the highest and greatest, right? And we do the same thing when we have classes or in any selfless service group, yes? It's what we're up to, right? So courage, compassion, and connection are the gifts of imperfection. Brené Brown points out that these are the gifts we receive when we are authentic and being ourselves. And it's so much easier to just be myself. I mean, it's really hard to try to be someone else because you never quite get it. Have you noticed that? Yeah, just be yourself. You are beautiful, amazing, magnificent beings of light and love. Hello, you can come on in. Someone's sitting out there. We love you. So I love this idea of shame as a camera lens. So Brené Brown also says that shame acts like the zoom lens on a camera, right? And so when we're feeling shame, the camera is zoomed in tight right on that, and all we can see is our flawed selves, and we are alone in our shame, and we are struggling, yes? And so I'm going to share something with you. So I have 21 years of recovery, but it's not consecutive. Thank you. It's not consecutive. Like there was a good 6 months or more of time in there that I thought I had achieved self-mastery, and I've got God in my life, and I'm going to give this a try. Well, I'm here to tell you that it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Like it'll never, like it's not going to happen, Yeah, so I thought I was okay, but within me, I'd rather be perfect. I'd rather have a perfect run. And so I don't talk about that. Like how many of you knew that about me? Maybe 2 people, right? I don't talk about it because I want to be perfect, right? But guess what? It's perfect. But I also want you to know that if you're thinking about going out, I don't recommend it because everything that they say about it is true. You go out and it's 1,000 times worse, 10,000 times worse. You pick up where you left off and you're chasing something, and quite frankly, it's a little weird. It's a strange thing, It's a strange thing. But it's definitely 10,000 times worse. So, and also, if you don't have that perfect record and you found your way back anyway, good on you. Thanks, Spirit, right? I see you and you are perfect. And so, so what is that? Like, I want to be a good role model. I want to be Little Miss Perfect. Nobody ever knew. Like, no one in here knew that except for my husband. But guess what? That's how it went for me. And I got to be okay with that, right? And here's another good one. Growing up, I always thought I had this huge forehead. And somebody said, you don't have a forehead, you have a 5 head. Like 5 fingers, right? And so that's why I put my hair up today, because at some point along the way, I realized that I'm beautiful. And that, thank you. And it's beautiful. And like, I can look in the mirror and go, wow, my skin looks pretty good. It's a pretty nice forehead. But I feel good about it, and I can be in my body and comfortable in my skin and feel happy because I recognize that it's not about whether you think I have a big forehead. It's me, right? right? Yeah. So the call to action for us for this week, friends, is going to consider what is something in your own life that you don't like? What is it that you don't like about yourself that maybe you're embarrassed to admit or that you keep hidden and secret? You don't want anyone to know. And is it possible for you this week to love that part of yourself too? And practice that, you know? Yeah, because you're perfect exactly as you are. And then shame derives its power from being unspeakable. That's why it loves perfectionists, right? It's so easy to keep us quiet, isn't it? And then there's shame in language. Shame does not like having words wrapped around it. It is not liking this conversation we're having here today at all. But it has left the building, right? Shame has left the building because we're talking about it. It doesn't like it. If we speak shame, it begins to wither. It begins to dissolve, just the way the exposure to light was deadly for the gremlins. Remember that? They couldn't be exposed to light. So language and story bring light to shame and destroy it, dissolve it. And then shame also interferes with love. Shame, blame, disrespect, betrayal, and the withholding of affection actually damage the roots from which love grows. And so we are committing today to let go of shame because we remember who we are is perfect and divine, and we're not striving to be perfectionists. We're not striving in that way, but we recognize that spirit within me expressing itself is perfect. It's already perfect. There's nothing I need to do or be or become in order to be perfect. What I need to do is let go of the things I'm not and be who I came here to be. Are you with me? Yes. All right, so Ernest Holmes observed there is something within you beyond all doubt and fear. Something which has never been limited by about. There is something within you beyond all doubt and fear. Spirit. It is the something which has never been limited by your acts or destroyed by your feeling. Spirit. This is the only something that can make you whole. You're feeling disconnected, come back to spirit. Come back to your center, come back to your highest self, the innermost self, your God self, your wisdom self. He also observed that you don't have to despise your personality or say, I hate this body. This is a funny thing. He says, you don't have to despise your personality or say, I hate this body. I am a worm of the dust. And think that you are surrendering to God. That's not surrendering to God. When you deny yourself, you deny God. Right? I'm going to say that again. When you deny yourself, you deny God. That doesn't mean you can drink again. See how the ego works, right? Oh, I'm not going to deny God, right? No. When you deny yourself, you deny God. All we have to say is there is nothing in me but God. It doesn't mean you can drink again or use again or whatever it is, right? There's nothing in me but God, therefore I can align with God and know that whatever is happening in my life will pass. There's nothing in me but God, therefore who am I to sit here complaining and crying about all these little things when Spirit wants me to be dancing and singing and be joyful and loving and wear a lei and maybe do some hula. That was not hula. More like, yeah, this is oh my goodness. That was the Spirit thing, right? I would never do that. I know, right? That's all that. Now let's get up. Everybody up. Let's get up. Let's stand up. If you're watching us from home, then do the scissor. No. And just shake your body, right? And feel yourselves in your bodies and how that feels. And like, woo, I'm so grateful I'm alive. I love myself. I'm perfect. I am divine. And so it is. Woo! Awesome. All right, please have a seat as we begin to wrap this up. I'm going to invite the musicians to come on up and prepare for our closing song, our closing song. And friends, remember that everything in existence, including what we perceive as flaws, is divinely perfect. And by shifting our perception and leaning into imperfection, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities and cultivate self-acceptance and a deeper connection to the divine presence within and around us. That's what this is all about. But I had to stretch it out for 20 minutes at least, right? That's really the whole thing, you know? That's really what this is all about. Cultivating self-acceptance and a deeper connection to the divine presence within and around us. If you take anything away from this service today, take that. That's what you're up to. That's what we're up to. And that is what allows us to shine. So the questions to ask yourself for this week: how might embracing imperfection change my experience of myself? Number 2, what is one thing about myself that I see as a flaw that others might actually admire about me? And number 3, what is one of my perceived imperfections, and can I intentionally choose to embrace that and see it as divinely perfect? Let's take a deep breath together. And join me in turning your attention inward in this moment. And I like to close my eyes, and I invite you to do the same, or you can rest your gaze gently a few feet in front of you. And as we turn our attention inward, I know and remember that there's only one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. That life is my life. Now, it's already perfect. Like I was born, we were all born into a perfect reality. We were born whole, perfect, and complete exactly as we are. And we remember this. Right now, we're going back into that moment of our birth, because we don't remember it with our minds, but there's something within us that knows that when we were born, there was a sense of celebration, right? People were celebrating our coming into this world. And so right now in this moment, we're present to that celebration. And whatever age we are, it doesn't matter. This is still a celebration. And each one of us is the guest of honor. And as we remember this, we also remember we came into this world whole, perfect, and complete. And we are right now whole, perfect, and complete. And Spirit wants to experience life through us in a way that only it can do through us. And so whatever that great idea is, whatever that divine spark within us is, whatever that dream, vision, seed, or whatever it is that is within us that has been dropped into our consciousness and planted within us, we allow that to bloom and blossom magnificently because it is divine. And I know that as we allow this blooming to occur in our lives, we have pulled the weeds of shame out of our garden and allow more of this goodness to bloom and blossom within. This life is so good, and no longer are we allowing a fence of shame to be built around our connection with the divine. We've torn down the fence today, and we allow the divine to come in and have its way in our lives. We've stepped into the flow and surrendered. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. Rumi has a poem that says, you want to know the difference between your experience and that of a saint? Well, you still think you have 1,000 serious moves, where the saint is tripping over joy, singing, I surrender, I surrender. And so today, we are like the saints, tripping over joy, surrendering all that came before us and stepping into the flow of the now, the newness of this moment, perfectly imperfect. I'm so grateful. And I know this prayer is complete, and as we go forth from here, people are lit up by our light, and it is good and very good. And I allow it to be so as I release it into the loving and creative action of the law and call it good. And so it is. So it is. Yay. Thank you. Thank you.
Blissfully, we're living in this field of dreams. Every day, in every way, we're living a life in spirit. Blissfully, we're swimming in the sea of dreams. Gracefully, we're living a life in spirit, blissfully in spirit, blissfully in spirit, blissfully. We're living our life in spirit.
So awesome. Thank you so much. Wow. Woohoo. All right, friends. Will our ushers please come forward? It's now time for our conscious giving. And once again, I'm going to need to use this little QR code on the back to scan and complete mine. And so, friends, if you're viewing us on the love stream today, you can go to paypal.me/awakeningways to make your donation. And if you're in the room and didn't bring your wallet or checkbook, you can always scan the QR code on the back of your program to make your donation. Please remember that this community is run by our donations, and so with great gratitude, we can go ahead and take our gifts and place them over our heart. And we have a giving affirmation. I invite you to please repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift.
From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It does great work in the world.
It does great work in the world.
And it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And so it is.
So it is.
God is my source.
God is my power.
God gives me everything
Red light.
So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need.
Love.
God is my source.
God is my source.
God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my source. My power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my source. My power. God gives me everything I need.
Well, I am just so grateful for our time together, for the opportunity to be here, experiencing the message, the music, the companionship. And I know that these gifts in the basket go out into the world, blessing it, multiplying, and just doing good. And as we go out, our perfectly imperfect selves, we go out and bless the world too. So I release my word into the law, and together we say,
And so it is.
All right, and now our announcements angel for today is Reverend Wayne. All right.
One thought about being imperfect, if you switch it just a little bit, you can be, I'm perfect. As you know, Reverend Elizabeth will be leading a spiritual pilgrimage to Bali, September of next year. Now, a Zoom call is scheduled for today at noon 15. And all the details and the cost of the financing of it. And you can also join Reverend Elizabeth at our office or on the Zoom call. But right now, I'd like to invite her to come up and tell us more. That's in the writing.
Okay, all right. Well, is my mic still working? Yes, it is. Awesome. So we're going to be doing a pilgrimage, right? So a spiritual pilgrimage. A pilgrimage is a sacred journey to a holy place for a spiritual purpose. It can be a physical journey to a place of significance, to a particular religious belief system, or it can be just a general description of personal growth and exploration. And so pilgrims are different from tourists because they travel for spiritual reasons. That doesn't mean we're not going to go to the marketplace and do some shopping, okay? That is a spiritual experience for me, all right? We'll have some of that, but there will be chanting and we will set out and we'll have intentions when we go, and then this experience can really be transient and transformational because when we leave our home environments, right, we leave all our routines and all of the comforts of our own home behind and our identities behind, yes? And we are fully available and ready for this type of transformation. And so, you could go somewhere on your own, but being with a group of people from your spiritual community, I mean, how cool is that, right? And so there's going to be a lot of goodness that comes from that. I've been asked, and I'll talk more about this at the office pretty soon here at 12:15, but I haven't been there. So this is a spiritual pilgrimage for me, and it would be so fun for me to have you come with me and Travis. So we hope you consider joining us, and if it's for you, great. If it's not for you, that's great too. And this call is really about you. Maybe you're interested, so you come and join us on the call, and I'll be doing a prayer for us to have clarity. Is this for me? And then you'll know. All right, thank you.
Next Wednesday, July 17th, Jamie Nickel will lead crystal bowls and sound healing meditation at the office on El Camino Real. And the suggested love offering is $25, and no one will be turned away. Sign up at the back table. Now, next Sunday is July 21st, and you don't want to miss this one because singer-songwriter Jamie Luna is going to be right here as the speaker and musician for the service. But wait, there's more. He'll be holding a concert in our office starting at this number, 1 p.m. The suggested love offering is $20, and no one will be turned away. Jamie was here last year, and he really rocked the house. So it's going to be a rocking good time, and we're going to roll over there. And there is a sign-up sheet on the back table. Now, last Sunday, Reverend Elizabeth told us about the passing of our beloved Kim Fishbach. Her family is planning a celebration on Saturday, September 21st, at the family home in Arroyo Grande. And all who loved Kim are welcome, and we have a RSVP in the back room, so you can let them know how many are going to be in attendance. Now, our book for the month, wherever it is, The Gifts of Imperfection. Oh, and Joy's going to hold it up because there it is. And remember, gladness is joy is here. And don't trip over your joy. This book is an invitation to join us small, quiet, grassroots movements that start with each of us saying, quote, "My story matters because I matter," unquote. The book is for sale. Back table, $20. The Science of Mind magazine for July and August is available for a bagging at $10. The Hearts and Hands team is growing, and you are invited to come to their next meeting, which will be next Friday, July 19th at noon at our office. And everyone brings their lunch, and it's a very loving, supporting experience. So I would like to invite Betty Scanlon up to say a few words about this awesome team.
Well, you've probably seen me wandering about doing different things and wondered, what is she doing? But there's a lot of fun things that need to be done. We have a team of volunteers that sets up for us every Sunday morning. And it's a sacrifice of getting here a little early, but after that, you have the satisfaction of knowing that you're part of a loving team. Also, we need to expand our volunteers as greeters, announcements, angels that Wayne is doing right now. And there's probably a dozen others, and I would have studied. Oh, there's the takedown group, too. And I would have studied that, but I didn't think we were going to talk about it until next week. So, yeah, keep Grandma from falling down. Anyway, so if God's calling you and you feel like you want to join us, please do.
I want to hear a big shout out to our volunteers and staff. Go! We love you and appreciate you so very, very much.
All right, let's circle up for our benediction and call and response. Excellent. I'll hold on to that for you. Yeah. Oh, don't get too close there, huh? You need these, I think. It matches your shirt. Okay. Whoa. Or those. You forgot your glasses, Wayne. Whoops. All right, won't you know with me that you are never alone, that God is where you are right now and always, and all that we ever need do is turn within, and it is here we will find we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me, something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is in my relationship.
Life is everywhere. I think it. I feel it. I believe it. I express it. I accept it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life.
May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. May we be filled with
and Drew and